Hey viewers, welcome to VL Astrology once again. I'm Vanita Lenka. I'm a Vedic astrologer, and today I'm going to be talking about the weeklies. Yes, this is the 35th week of the year 2021. It starts from the 23rd till the 29th, all the way in the month of August. This is based on the moon's interaction with all the planets. So it's very important because moon is the swiftest, as we all know. And if you're watching me for the first time, do hear your ascendant or your moon sign wise prediction. It's going to be really helpful. And if you don't know your moon sign or ascendant, you must just put up your chart, your horoscope, and then you will be able to understand where MO is written or the moon is written. It's your moon sign. Where your first box is, that's your ascendant. I'll be sharing the screen and I'll be showing you the chart also, the South Indian as well as the North Indian charts. So you'll be able to make out there as well. So if you're watching me for the first time, don't forget to subscribe my channel and do hit the bell notification so that you're notified as soon as I upload a video. I do it every week. The videos are uploaded from time to time for the innermost planets transit, which keep changing signs rapidly. They are like very swift at times. Like Mercury is very swift, then Venus. Mars also takes a little bit of time in a particular sign. But yes, I do make videos on those planets as well. And Saturn takes 2.5 years and Jupiter takes 1 year. Rahu Ketu 18 months. So many videos I keep posting on my channel. I do the tutorials also in case you are interested to learn a little bit of astrology, Vedic astrology. So do go back and under the playlist section, you will find the tutorial section. So you will get all the videos there as well. I'm doing the latest one is on the remedies. So do watch those videos as well. So this week, Moon is going to be in Aquarius sign, Pisces, Aries, and Taurus, and is going to be interacting with in the Aquarius sign, it's going to be with the Jupiter, and then aspected by in Pisces, aspected by Saturn and Ketu. In Aries, I think there is some kind of, I don't think there is any kind of planet which is aspecting, but in Taurus, it's going to be in Rahu Ketu axis. So these are the planetary positions during this week, and rest of the planets are going to be where they are, apart from Mercury. Mercury is changing signs. Mercury is going to be entering Virgo sign, its exaltation place, and it's going to be forming a Nicha Bhanga for Venus also, because Venus is already in debility. And when Mercury and Venus are together, so there is a Nicha Bhanga. That means the debilitation of Venus is going to get cancelled. Again, a very, very positive transit for that reason. So do stay tuned. And this week, Moon is going to be transiting through Purva Bhadra, Uttar Bhadra, Revati, Asvini, Bharani, Krittika, and Rohini this week. So do, check your nakshatra also, your Janma nakshatra, where when you were born, what was the nakshatra, the moon's nakshatra, or the ascendant's nakshatra, and see where these transits are. So if from the Janma nakshatra, if Purva Bhadra is the third one or the fifth one or the seventh one, or as a matter of fact, Uttar Bhadra, Revati, check these. If they are the 3, 5, 7 taras or the constellations, or where we can say the aziturams, so then the transit is going to be little tough. Okay. So that's also one of the way to see. And then there are multiple ways, there is Lata, there are other planets, which, you have to, the planets are transiting through. So not just moon, we have to see all the other planets also where they are transiting, when a moon is transiting through a particular nakshatra. So do check your dasha, because at times what happens, you cannot relate with what is happening in the sky with your, dasha. So the event has to occur only when it is promised in your chart, when it is there, it is, committed at the time of birth, that this event is definitely going to take place. So if it is there in your chart, if it's reflected, so when will it take place? Definitely depends on your dasha. And the final verdict will be given by the transit. Okay, now is the time when you can get married, or now is the time when you can start your education, or you can go in for further education, your travels, marriage, business, career, anything which has to happen. The transit comes towards the end. Dasha and transit, they do not have any kind of potency to give the event. They are not the event creators. Okay, if it is there in your horoscope when you're born, definitely that event will take place at the time when the dasha comes. All right. So without wasting much time, Mercury is going to be entering a Virgo sign. So this is definitely going to be a very amazing period because it's going to be in its own zone, exalted, and very good for Gemini and Virgo people especially, and the ones who are having a strong Mercury in their own horoscope. So this Mercury transit is definitely going to be good for striking any deals, any agreements, planning your business in the future, startups, education. For education, this is a good transit. For business, trade, commerce, these are all, whatever is the information, whatever is the technology information, that is all to be seen by Mercury's position. So Mercury's transit is very essential. So for stock trading, crypto, all this is also related to Mercury. So when Mercury is in this sign, I must tell you there is a retrograde also, which is going to be taking place after this, because Mercury is going to enter Libra sign on the 22nd of September, and then will be going back to in retrogression on the 2nd of October in Virgo sign again. So till 2nd of November, again, it's going to be in Virgo sign. So twice, 26th August to 22nd of September, and then 2nd October to 2nd of November, Mercury is going to be in Virgo sign. So long transit, firstly in direct motion, then in retrogression. So it's going to be demoted. So these are very important and crucial times because when Mercury goes retrograde, some major events happen, like related to markets, market trends change, stock markets I've seen crashing also in Mercury retrogression. But I feel that this is the time when, things are going to be leveled up because, Mercury is in its own zone in Virgo sign. Virgo sign in the natural zodiac also depicts our disease, our loans, our enemies. So it can be that, when Mercury is entering that zone, so the health becomes a little better of people, immunity levels become better. Venus relationship, so that is also going to be getting connected with this Mercury. So there is a Nicha Bhanga, so relationships will also improve. Now, let's hope this transit of Mercury brings about positive energy to one and all. And Moon's interaction with all the planets this week is going to be from the 22nd to 24th in Aquarius, Pisces 25th to 26th, Aries 27th to 28th, Taurus 29th, 30th, and 31st also. So these are the Moon's transit positions. So in Aquarius, it's going to be with Jupiter, as we know, Moon is going to be interacting with Jupiter, forming a Gaja Kesari Yoga. Pisces, Ketu, and Saturn are aspecting this Moon. So there will be a little bit of commotion there because, Moon is not too happy with the, anxiety prone. Moon becomes very anxiety prone when Moon is in the, in aspect of Ketu and Saturn to malefics. And there is sense of creativity. There is a dreamy, whimsical mood that you can be in. Also in Aries from the 27th to 28th, it's like a Martian impact more. There is no such aspect this week on Aries. So there can be that you are very assertive and you're very sensitive, and sudden discouragement also you can make poor decisions in impulse. So be careful. Moon is going to be in Taurus on the 29th, 30th, and 31st. So this is the time when, you will be pushing your emotions towards devotion. You will be getting into more on the well-being and security of your family members, interacting more with them, expressing yourself also. Rahu energy is there in the Taurus sign, as we all know. In Rahu Ketu axis, when Moon comes in, it's like an eclipse zone it's entering. So your mind can get deviated. You might get confused in making decisions during this time. There can be some misunderstanding with the family members also. So whenever Moon is in Taurus sign, all these things, are happening from September 2020, because that's the time when Rahu Ketu changed signs and were in Taurus and Scorpio axis. So Moon has been interacting every month, once with Rahu and once with Ketu. So that is something which will happen to one and all. So how your planets and Moon will be transiting through, as I said, the Nakshatras also. So Moon is going to be in the Nakshatras of Uttar Bhadra, Purva Bhadra, Uttar Bhadra, Revati, Asvini, Bharani, Krittika, and lastly Rohini. So you have to see where your nakshatras are. If at all you're born with the nakshatras, you check your Janma nakshatra of Moon or your ascendant, then see where Purva Bhadra is. Is it the third Tara or is it the seventh or the fifth Tara? So that will be little difficult day. If it is in Uttar Bhadra, like you're born in some other nakshatra, but Uttar Bhadra is the third, fifth, or seventh Tara, then that will be giving you some commotion. Revati, if is moon is transiting, and then you have to see if it's the third, fifth, seventh Tara from your Janma nakshatra. You should check this Tara chakra always, because this is a very, very important concept. And also we must see the Veda concept I'll be sharing in the due course. So do check all these parameters, because there's not just one parameter that we have to check when we are doing the weeklies or the monthlies or the transit videos. So we must see multiple factors. All right. And then the results will be like, we have to just gather everything and then we have to come to the conclusion. Yes. And people have to be, like the astrologers have to be good at predictive. If you are, mixing up all the parameters, only then you lead to that particular, prediction, which is not that easy and simple as it looks. We have to go through lot many things. We have to see lot many parameters and then we predict. It's not easy. So how good are you at the prediction, as an astrologer? That is the main gist of astrology, how you can be guided through a particular phase. If at all you're running through a dasha which is not that conducive, or it's the third, fifth, or seventh Tara dasha. So that also we have to see how it is interacting with the Antar and the Pratantar dashas. Long video today, a long discussion I gave you. So this is how I check. So if you want to book a reading with me, do write to my team, vlastrology24@gmail.com, or you can log into vlastrology.com and you will get all the sessions there and you can just send the form. All right. So without wasting much time, let me share the screen and let's go ahead with the predictive, how this week is for all the 12 ascendants or the moon signs. All right. So coming to the Aries sign first, let me share the screen. I hope you can see the screen. Okay. So for Aries natives, moon is going to be in your 11th, 12th, 1st, and 2nd houses this week. So you are definitely going to be feeling, I think screen is not visible. Let me share again. This is what is happening. These are live sessions, so please pardon me if at all there is a delay. Okay. Let me just wait for some time. Let me see if the screen is visible, because there's a lag time also in the live sessions. Yeah, now you can see. Okay. So for Aries natives, this week, moon is going to be in your 11th, 12th, 1st and 2nd houses. So in the 11th house, you will feel that there is a lot of energy in giving support, emotional support to your organization or the groups you're moving around with. And Jupiter energy is also there. So you will feel that there is a need to speak, need to comfort your people, the organization, the security, the comfort, the happiness. That is going to be very prominent. You're seeking that happiness, you're seeking that emotional nurturing during this week. And definitely it's a good time to invest also, in case you're looking for something, humanity causes, serve the humanity, your brotherhood feeling, soul, family. You're going to be connecting with your people during this week. Dreams and visions of future can be prominent, and you can be very innovative. You can be very creative also during this time. Very positive week and very positive energy to start with. 12th house is, like Ketu and Saturn, as you know, are looking at this zone. So this will bring about, the spiritual growth is the main purpose of your life during this time. It's ruled by the sign, is ruled by Jupiter. The zone is ruled by Jupiter. So you feel the strong psychic undercurrents and, the energy of others. So there can be that, you feel that that subtle energy that actually influences your moods this week. So you are going to be quite you'll be examining the motivations, the emotions, the lone time that you have been looking for. This is going to be giving you some kind of vulnerability to worries, fears, doubts, unavoidable circumstances or obstacles. Deep anxiety gets triggered up when moon is in the 12th house. So don't worry, things are going to be a little better. So it's better to write down things. It's better to be more into the take the help of the spirit guides, the angels, leave on to the cosmic energies, trust the divine, have faith, don't lose control. It's better to have a lot of see, lone time doesn't only mean that you're going to be just sad or something. It's also about some energy where you're going to be writing something. You're a poet, or you're into the mysticism, you're into the occult, you're going to be more into giving readings, or maybe you are in that confinement zone basically. So this will give you that that boundary that you have to you have to understand that you have to be in, or you have to draw a line somewhere. So all those energies are pretty heightened when moon is in your 12th house. In the first house, you might be very focused on doing things in a new, because it's a new cycle which is beginning. So you will be more inclined towards, you're thinking about doing things, physical accomplishments. You maybe, you're going to be spending more time on yourself, on your appearance, how you want to look, how you want to devote more time on the physical behaviors. That you're egocentric, you're impulsive. So be careful in making your decisions. Maybe you can make a decision in impulse, that competitive edge, because it's a Martian energy in the first house. It triggers all those energies. So your physical endeavors are going to be paid off. You're going to be very energetic, and you're going to be putting in that effort towards that zone where you have not been able to till now, and you're going to be really paid off as well. Create that a sense of freedom, express yourself to the world. This is the time you should be focusing more on fulfillment of the desires also, and connect with people. Moon will be with Rahu in the second house on the 29th, 30th, and 31st. Though this week is till 29th, but when Moon is in the second house, so I must tell you the whole thing. So Moon is going to be in the second house of yours, and it's going to be giving you harmony with your own people. You're going to be very emotional about your finances. You're going to be working through your finances this week, and you will be having a lot of psyche where you feel that why not use this knowledge and cooperate with the energy. So you are thinking about all those things. You have the resources, now you want to put them forth. You want to just utilize it. So you might be scheduling family gatherings, career presentations, and many other areas of life that can be enhanced through knowing when Moon moves through this zone. So you will be, your money concerns definitely are going to be highlighted this week. By the end of the week, you will be focusing more on monthly budget planning. You'll be more maybe spending those where you have to buy something, make grocery or something, or maybe taking somebody out on dinner. Some clients have come over, and you're going to be getting mixed up with them, or taking your family out for dinner, or you're just having some party at home only. You get together at home. So that is also going to give you those energies. So review your resources, think of all the opportunities you have during this time, and help your self grow. Help yourself think of everything you have achieved, and then pay your bills, knowing whatever you send out returns to you multiplied. Okay, make this your mantra during this week. All right, so overall a good week for you, and you're going to be having some kind of interaction with people this week, quite an interactive. Just on the 25th, 26th, you might feel a little low, or you might just be an introvert. You want to spend that lone time that you have been looking forward with everybody, because the whole cycle is coming to an end during this time. So that happens with everybody. Okay, coming to the next sign, that is coming to the next sign, that is Taurus. For Taurus natives, Moon is going to be in your 10th, 11th, 12th, and 1st houses this week. And Moon is going to be interacting with Jupiter, then Saturn are going to be looking in the in Pisces sign. So in the 10th house, you will feel that there is a lot of energy towards your work, your your issues of social ambience can trigger the emotions too, and you're feeling very emotional and sensitive about the issues of social atmosphere. Basically, do you think this fits my like all this? All these ideas, the creative energies, at the place of work, you're feeling quite intense about. It will be, something that responsibility is the key to success. Okay. You don't, maybe, you don't like the way others are interacting with you, or you feel that the community you move around is not feeling that responsible and you're doing everything. So that responsibilities is, something that you like doing when Moon is in the 10th house. You taking the responsibility, and you do feel that people are not the same way, or reacting the same way as you are. So at least, the more you are consciously, energizing yourself, the more the better results will be actually manifested. So don't give up. There are people who will make you irritated, who will get you irritated, and you will feel that there is a lot of energy which is negative at the place of work. So you have to take that responsibility, take that charge. Don't get carried away as to how people are reacting to you, how people are judging you and stuff. Okay. Also, it is a good time for getting into investments in case you have to. This week is very good for that. For health purpose also, in case you have to go in for any treatment, you can be going in for that as well. Also, I have seen, Sun, Mars, Mercury are right opposite, and there are many planets in the 4th house. So there is a lot of emotional bent of mind also in making decisions during this time. Initiation of education, very good for the student natives. Love and relationships wise, you're going to be getting wiser. You're going to be understanding people even better. And also there can be that there is a lot of interaction with people, community you are moving around in, especially 25th, 26th, you'll be moving around, you'll be very innovative, you'll be very creative. Mercury is also going to be transiting your 5th house. So very good for students, for relationship, love, romance, investments, positive, very positive week for you for that reason also. By the, 27, 28, you feel that there is a lot of, seclusion that you're requiring. You want to spend more time, alone time, and you want to contemplate on things. You're being into that dreamy mode, poetic mode, and you're going to be spending alone time and doing things, completing the tasks. There can be some energies which are, negative. You're thinking negative during the middle of the week. So you have to, maybe the cycle is coming to an end. So you're feeling those energies even more. But yes, finally you will feel better when Moon is transiting your 1st house. Martian type of energy, Venus, Mars, Rahu, these three are getting combined, with Moon in the 1st house, because it's a Taurus sign. So you have to be very careful in your relationship, investments, anger. You're prone to anger, confusion. There can be some complications which can come up. By the end of the week, you might make wrong decisions. Don't make any decisions in impulse. It can go haywire, it can go wrong. So be careful. Taurus sign, Lord is Venus, and Venus is in debility, and there's a Nicha Bhanga which is forming on the 26th of August. So 26th of August onwards, you will feel better in your relationships also. You will be able to recognize as to what exactly is happening. You're going to be understanding your partner better. Maybe you're going to be starting a new relationship, somebody you're going to be coming across. Quite likely that it could be from your workplace. Okay. So initiation of any kind of task can be done by the end of the week, when Mercury is also in your 5th house zone. So make sure that you make right kind of choices, right kind of decisions, rather than, going haywire. All right. Coming to the next sign, that is Gemini. For Gemini natives, Moon is going to be transiting your 9th, 10th, 11th houses this week. And this is going to be a very interactive kind of a moon, because moon is going to be with Jupiter, then there will be Saturn and Ketu aspect in the 10th house, and then moon will be in your 11th house finally. So and lastly the 12th house, yes, because I've already done the 9th house last week, but moon will be transiting through these places. So you will be feeling a lot of energy towards learning this week. You're enhancing your learning process because Jupiter is with moon. So it definitely gives you that kind of, you are in that arena where you want to enhance your knowledge, you're innovative, you want to be exploring the world, your religious belief system, maybe, you're going to be interacting with people, signing of documents, investments. This is a very crucial week for you because Mercury is also, your Lagnesh transiting through your 4th house, which is the exalted place for Mercury. Very positive. Venus and Mercury are friends, and this is like, this is a dharma and dharma trikona and the moksha trikona. It's getting combined. So it's definitely going to be giving you kendra and trine connection is going to give you enhance your it's going to give you elevation at the place of work. You're in relationship, you're going to be improving things in the month ahead. So you're going to be feeling that you are getting a lot of attention, now focus attention on your work and the home front as well. You're going to be interactive and you're going to be making major decisions this week. Moon is going to be in your 10th house. So this is the time when you feel sensitive because Ketu, Saturn are looking here in the 10th house. So you will be feeling quite detached with the work, or you will feel that people are not interactive with you, or the way you wish to complete the task, they're not listening, or they're not doing the way the task has to be done. So you are quite jittery, you're quite, getting a little uneasy because of the people at the place of work. You're very emotional and impulsive also. So make sure that you don't get carried away. Then Venus is Digbali and Mercury is going to be transiting here and looking at your 10th house at that time. So this is going to be a very positive one. As far as your interaction, your communication with the people at the place of work is concerned, with your seniors, maybe you will be getting some promotion also. You're heading to that. In case you have to change the place, you can do that with Mercury transiting your 4th house. And Moon will be in your 11th house on the 27th, 28th. So that's the time you will be more creative, more innovative, interacting with the society you move around in, the charitable institutes or your brotherhood, that kind of feeling, and fulfillment of desires, of course. And it's an Aries sign. Aries and Moon, going there brings about a lot of agility, a lot of interactive, interaction with your own people also. So you can be very focused as well as quite innovative during this transit of Moon in the 11th house. With the community, you can identify with the community at this time to a great extent, and the tribe, with that you move around in, and you'll be seeking happiness, security, emotional nurturing. The only red flag with this one would be that you have to be careful to be overly influenced by the people you move around in, because you can make wrong decisions because of the people you are with. Okay, they can backstab you, or they can be that there are certain fears that are involved, or insecurities that are involved, a jealousy which is involved. Okay, so be careful about that. Don't get too much carried away with the strangers, I would say. Don't get into that kind of energy. You can get very charitable, you might just go overboard, and then you lose out on or you'll be fooled, I would say. Okay, towards the end, it is going to be the 12th house transit. You are going to be with the 12th house transit, means it's with Rahu energy is predominant. So that's going to be on the 29th, 30th and 31st. So you will feel that the emotional desire to recognize the spiritual growth, that becomes your desire and your purpose of life. But you must understand there is a lot of subtle energy, which is the Rahu energy, which is going to be giving you a lot of, something different, something unnatural, some unnatural kind of wants you can have. You will feel withdrawn. You will feel that you want to escape from the mundane existence, mundane task. You feel very uncertain about life. You feel there, you feel quite worrisome. You feel you're worried, you're having fears, you're having doubts, you can't avoid certain things. So you feel quite that faith factor is missing, and Rahu energy gives you anxiety also. So you have to be very careful about these energies. Don't lose faith in the divine. Definitely it is going to be, because you're very vulnerable when moon is in the 12th house. That is why 6 8 12 4 8 12 houses, moon's transit is not considered to be good. It's like, the watery energy. It's like too much of emotions. So you feel that there is you start losing that faith on the divine. So letting and trusting the divine only will help you, to control whatever is the each and everything, single thing, I would say. Anything, you have to depend on the divine. You have to leave it on to him. So just do that, and you will be able to feel that you are coming out of the conflicts that you are going through. Okay. So I think it's a good week for you overall, because your Lagnesh is definitely in a good zone. So it is going to give you positive energy there. Coming to the next sign, that is Cancer. So Cancer, moon is your Lagnesh, and moon is, moon's position is very, very important where moon is transiting. So when moon is transiting through this week, the 8th house, 9th house, 10th house, and the 11th house, so the energies are pretty much towards, uh, occult sciences. You're thinking of a lot of mood swings are there. You're thinking of there are a lot of insecurities also when moon is in the 8th house. You feel that things are not moving your way. You feel very uncomfortable. That uneasiness is there. 8th house energy is like, it's not considered to be that great an energy. You feel that, your desires are not being fulfilled. You feel that you're not able to um, you're losing the path of righteousness also unreasonably. You become very unreasonably, mood swings are there, unreasonably excluded from all the things. You're not in the conventional manner. So you're quite related to, you're thinking about your finances also, other people's money also. Emotional triggers are pretty predominant during this time. And this is also, the house of paranormal. It is also the house of death, as we say. So there is something which requires a self healing. Maybe, this is the zone where moon goes into. You require that self healing. You need that kind of physical, emotional, and spiritual growth. You want to contemplate on the healing undercurrent of energies, deepening energies. So this moon is going to be like, self-protecting energy when it goes into. So that is why moon's transit in the 8th house is considered to be very insecure, and you feel very fearsome. So that's to start with. But yes, you need your loved ones around. You need your people around you when moon is in the 8th house. So this definitely is going to be for a while. So don't worry about that. Things are going to get better. And on the 25th, 26th, it's going to be the 9th house transit, and it's going to be the Pisces sign. So Pisces is basically aspected by Ketu and by Saturn. So you will experience a lot of deep knowledge. You want to get into that bigger picture. You want to do things where you can feel that you want to enhance your life. You want to beautify your life by doing good things and thinking about bigger picture. Your dreams could be more active at this time, and you can be very philosophical. You're waiting for the manifestation of what you have created. The patience, uh, becomes quite impatient. You want to grasp everything quickly. You want everything to happen very quickly when moon is in the 9th house. So this week you will feel the need for the emotional strengthening, and maybe connecting with the foreigners, travels, optimism. All that is a mixed kind of you have to be very practical also. So that is something which is because of moon in the 9th house. 9th house is, as it is owned by Jupiter here. Jupiter and is the trine house lord. So it's in the 8th house after all. So you will feel that whatever you're doing, you're not able to complete it. You're not getting that kind of success. And that's also one of the reasons when Jupiter is in the 8th house. So it's the loss of the night, so travels are actually not happening because of that. Also, one of the reasons is that. And Mercury being, it has been transiting through the Rahu energy, then Gemini, 12th house, then the first house being in the Cancer sign. So now it's going to regain that strength, when it's going to be in your third house. Mercury is going to get charged up. So Mercury is also travels, communication, something new, some innovation which is coming your way. So definitely this week is going to be, and of course, till the time Mercury is in the third house, your communication is going to be really strong. You're going to be meeting people, you'll be communicating, you'll be traveling, you'll be, maybe short journeys are going to be very, very impressive and very favorable for you. You will be interacting with people even more. So that's the highlight of the week. Moon is going to be in the 10th house. You'll be pretty emotional about whatever you're doing at the place of work, with your work, with the people, with the co-workers. Maybe you are quite innovative also. You want to do things in a very different manner. So people are maybe not acknowledging you. So you feel that, that why people are not accepting me the way I am. So that actually bothers you. At the same time, it's the Martian impact. So you feel you're your own boss, basically. You don't want to give in. So this energy is going to be heightened with Moon going there. So if it is not, you're not being vocal, maybe it's going on inside you. So that suppression is there. But at the same time, you are going to be getting that kind of focus and fame and energy at the end of the day. So don't give up. Keep doing what you're doing, and things will definitely improve. Moon is going to be conjunct Rahu in Rahu Ketu axis by the end of the week. That is on the 29th, 30th, and 31st. So that's the time when you will have some kind of connectivity with people who are going to backstab you, some friends of yours, some strangers, maybe, you're depending on financially, and then you realize that things backfired. So be careful about that. Very good time for investments though. Be careful. Take advice of the professionals. Don't depend on your own community, your own people. Don't focus on, don't look at the people who are, you feel that they are, you can depend upon. So they maybe, they are not going to be that great a help to you. And ultimately things just fall apart. So you have to be extra cautious about that by the end of the week. Overall, I think it's a good time for relationships also. Things are improving. The partner can be very indifferent kind, can be, less understanding, but you are going to be very emotional about the relationships this week. And you're going to be focusing more on your business, your growth, your overall growth, because you're an emotional person as it is. So you're going to be having that kind of bent of mind where you want to spend more time with your family, you want to spend more time with your with your partner. And not a good time for initiation of a romance. A romantic association might just not be that good an idea. Venus is going to be having a Nicha Bhanga because of Mercury transiting here in your third house. So this can give you some kind of inclination towards relationship, but it should be avoided if you can. Looking for a potential partner, not a good time, I would say. All right. Health is going to be good. Take care of your eyesight. Sun, Mars are together, so take care of your eyesight. Otherwise, overall, it's a good transit for you. Okay. Good week for you. For Leo natives, Moon is going to be transiting your 7th, 8th, 9th, and lastly, the 10th house. So Moon is going to be with Jupiter. Then Moon is going to be transited, aspected by Ketu and Saturn in your 8th house. So a lot of energy Pisces is facing actually because of the aspect of Ketu and Saturn. There are boundaries which are built up. You want to do certain things, you're not able to. Yeah, you're planning your progeny, you're not able to conceive, or you're not able to get the right kind of treatment. So all that is happening from a long time, since Ketu and Saturn have entrapped your 5th house. Love relationships are also suffering. You're feeling there is a lot of energy in your, you have that there's a lot of energy in you, but you're not able to focus it, you're not able to channelize it. Something is stopping you. At the place of work also, there is some confusion or the other, that comes up. So that bothers you actually. You feel that things are moving in a correct direction, then you ultimately feel that no, I think I should just stay away from all this. Also, Moon is going to be in the seventh house, a lot of energy in relationship, love, spending more time with your partner. Health issues that you have been having are going to get sorted. You're going to be getting the right kind of treatment that you're looking at. For your education, maybe there's a blocked energy, you have to travel, you're not able to as a student. This is because of Ketu and Saturn having the fifth house. Fifth house is hobbies, love, relationships, innovation, creativity, also your education, progeny, childbirth. So all these are getting impacted because of that. And then Moon is transiting through these houses where, it is going to be interacting with Ketu and Saturn. So it's going to be in the eighth house when Moon is. It's an emotional place. So you will feel a lot of commotion, a lot of insecurity, fear, some phobias that you're going through when Moon is in the eighth house. Ketu is looking, so be careful, drive carefully this week. Do not at any cost make any decisions regarding your investments at that time. You might just, you will take some other people's money and you will invest it and then you will lose it. So do not, in case you have your own money or any thing related to your property matters. So this will be the week when you will be making certain decisions. Moon will be in your ninth house, that is on the 27th, 28th. So that's the time you will be thinking of growth, learning, enhancing your skills, enhancing your education. This is going to be the time when you will be maybe meeting people, deciding about your religious belief system, whether you want to change your religion. That is also quite likely. But there is a lot of energy to do bigger things, bigger picture you're looking at, because this ninth house means Jupiter. Jupiter is the bigger picture. So you're not confining yourself to or limiting yourself to the near future. You're looking forward to the future ahead, what is beyond this so and so period. So you're quite charged up. The energy is the Martian energy. You're pretty impulsive also. Do not get carried away in making decisions though. But yes, you are going to be looking at the bigger picture, getting connected with your father-like figures, attaining some diksha, attaining some chant or any kind of any kind of education that you have to initiate. You can do that when Moon is in the ninth house. Very good time. Moon is going to be lastly in your 10th house with Rahu. This energy is not that favorable, basically. This gives you a lot of confusion, chaos, because and emotionally, Moon Rahu combination basically gives you a lot of emotions, where you will think all negative things. You will lose your righteousness. Maybe at the place of work, you will talk to somebody, hurt somebody, and in turn, you will get hurt even more. So that is the energy when Moon is with Rahu. Rahu is an invisible planet, it is the Chaya Graha after all. So there are some, co-workers who are not visible and they are scheming something, they're planning something to backstab you, they're just conspiring against you. So you have to be extra careful about those energies at the place of work. Quite likely that people are going to be using you, misusing you, in fact. So be careful about that. You're too emotional about your name and fame. You're having that ego also, because Sun is in your first house. Your Leo sign is very active. So you have that zeal, you have that energy, you have that ego clashes also with people during this time. So just, I would not say that don't, give up on your self-respect, but give up on your ego. Let the ego go. Okay. And Mercury is going to be transiting out of your first house zone and going to be in your second house. So very good for your wealth prospects. Some new assignments are coming your way, projects are coming your way. You're going to be interacting with people more. You will be planning your financials well, and you're going to be getting that kind of success that you have been looking forward to. Definitely a very good time. Coming to the next sign, that is Virgo. So for Virgo natives, Moon is going to be transiting through your 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th houses this week. And this is going to be bringing about a lot of energy towards structure planning, any kind of planning, health, if you have to focus on your health, organize your calendars. You have to unclutter your surroundings. Do it during this time, during this week. This is the time when you will be getting those energies, those vibes from your coworkers also. They'll be supportive of you. They'll be helping you out, plan your future projects that you have to work on. This is like, mentoring, teaching. You're very emotionally connected with your students. This is also the time when you feel that you're not going to be engaging yourself in the meaningless tasks. You want to do something which is going to give you enhancement, right? You don't want that stagnancy now. So this is definitely going to give you that healing touch, healing yourself and the others also. You be a healer, do things where you can actually, help others grow. The community you move around in, the neighbors, the community you move around in, you're going to be getting that kind of connectivity. Some pets, getting connected with the pets, bringing pets home. You're going to be maybe doing something for others related to your, where you feel quite satisfied also. Definitely a positive week for you. Moon is going to be in the seventh house on the 25th, 26th, and this is going to be the time when you will be very sensitive about your own people. You will be having intimate connections with your partner. You will be getting in touch with the, basically your relationship oriented. You want to be more connected with the people. You want to have that balance, which is not there, the harmony that you're looking for. So you are going to be asking these questions. How do I feel? How do I emotionally, how am I going through? Am I getting hurt again and again? Should I be looking at the people, paying focus and attention to people more, or I should be thinking about myself more? Okay, so all those energies are heightened when Moon is in your seventh house, looked by Ketu and Saturn also. So this is the time when you're feeling quite blocked also in energies. Maybe you're saying something and people are misunderstanding you also during this time. Fourth house is hemmed between malefics, Ketu and Saturn, so not good time for education. Maybe planning the education subjects, you have to, or maybe you're not able to decide about what subjects you should be studying. Your house that you have to shift out and move into, you're having so much of confusion. Where should I leave for, which place should I go to? You have been thinking of changing place from a long time, but you're not able to. Planning progeny also, and not happening. Delays are there. It's quite a frustrating phase that you're going through. But yes, positive thing is your Lagnesh is transiting your first house this week. So definitely a positive one. And it's going to be giving you that communication skills. You're going to be thinking about growth. You're thinking about business, thinking about education. All those energies are heightened. Relationships are going to improve. You're going to be communicative in relationship, and people are going to understand you also. Relationship doesn't only mean your partner. It's about relationship with everyone. Whatever confusion you have been going through, you're going to be actually coming out of that confusion. You're going to be getting the resolution to all the problems you're going through. Some connectivity with the foreigners, some kind of projects that you have to initiate in the foreign land, you're going to be getting that energy also. And Moon is going to be in your eighth house. Eighth house is actually the typical desire is to merge into the information, get more information about people, about other people's money. So don't bother about who's earning what, because that is the only one which is that is giving you more problems. So the energy should be more deepening, healing, and rather than having that chaos and confusion. Okay, clear it. Be more protected. Don't keep yourself much in that isolation. That will create more of fears, phobias. So that is not good. And you're going to be having a lot of energy to get connected with people in a very different way. So the best is that you pay more attention to people in healing them, in helping them, rather than um, giving them a cold shoulder. They need it, so give it. Ninth house, you have Rahu. Rahu is in Venus's sign, so it's like Venus, Moon, Rahu energy here. So this will be giving you a lot of information. You're going to be enhancing your skills, learning, but in a very unconventional kind of a manner. Maybe you'll be learning something which you have not been. The subjects are going to be very different. You're going to be enhancing them. Good for healing others. This is a very good time to heal others, get connected with people who are into healing. So this week, I would say that spend more time understanding people, spend more time understanding what people are going through, so that you are able to, understand and compare yourself with others as to how I can help them. How am I not better than them? So all those feelings will definitely give you that soothing impact. Otherwise, you will be always feeling self pity, and you will be feeling too low about yourself. You'll be having that comparison towards negative. I am underprivileged. So that is something you have to work on this week. That's your highlight. This is uh, the week where you have to focus on others, other people, and healing other people. How you can be supportive of other people. All right. Otherwise, it's a good week for initiation of education. Education might be something very unconventional kinds though, but yes, you are going to be doing that. And progeny, of course, there can be some process you have to undergo to plan your progeny. Good time for investments if you have to do it. Mercury is coming out of your 12th house, so definitely good for investments also. In initiation of business, any kind of startup, you can do that as well. Venus and Mercury combination, so you can maybe get into the marketing or any kind of business that you have to start related to education and industry or stocks, crypto. All that is going to be helpful. Surely a good week for you. Okay, health is going to be improving. Coming to the next sign, that is Libra. For Libra natives, Moon is going to be transiting your 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th houses this week. You're going to be feeling quite charged up, romantic, creative, very positive axis. 511 axis is charged up, very positive for a new association, getting involved in some business deals, bigger businesses, influential people you'll be coming across this week. Maybe an alliance, maybe with you'll be meeting a partner, you'll be meeting somebody who is going to be actually helping you grow. A very positive week for that reason. Communication wise, you have to be a little extra cautious because your 3rd house is hemmed between two malefics, Ketu and Saturn. So there's a lot of blocked energy. Whatever you're conveying, people are misunderstanding you. So all that you have to be a little extra careful about. Blocked as in, like, you have a lot of energy, but you're not able to bring that energy out to the right way. You're feeling that you have a lot to do, but you're unable to. You're not able to balance things out. Venus is debilitated. Your Lagnesh is debilitated, basically. With Mercury going there, things are going to be a little better. You're going to be that's causing a niche bhanga. So definitely from the 26th onwards, you will feel that energy, that people are understanding you. You're going to be communicative. You're going to be coming out of your shell, that isolation zone you are stuck up in. So you're going to be coming out of that gradually. So Moon going to be in your 6th house is the energy where, on the 25th, 26th, you will feel that you want to be more organized. You want to do things. You want to take care of your body, take care of your health, fitness regime, unclutter the surroundings, clean yourself, clean the surroundings. That's something you're going to be actually focusing more on. Ketu and Saturn are looking at this zone on the 5th house, not good for litigation. Don't get into any kind of arguments, any kind of controversy during this time. Maybe at the place of work, you can have some kind of confusion. There can be people who are not understanding you and you feel quite low about it. You're overloaded with work. You feel enslaved also. But there will be a solution coming your way also during this time. Venus and Mercury are going to be looking at this zone. Plan your journeys in case you have to plan out to some overseas. So you can, maybe some overseas connectivity is going to be also formed during this time. Some documentation, some visa, PR, anything you have to do when Mercury transits through your 12th house, you can be doing that. Just avoid the retrogrades, which we'll be heading to also on the 27th of September. Moon will be transiting through your 7th house on the 27th, 28th. That's the time you'll be very emotional about your partnership, relationship. You'll be focused on the intimacy with your partner. Maybe you're going to be having a good time. You're going to be maybe looking good. You'll be starting to wear something new that day. That is also quite likely when Moon is in the 7th house. You're charged up. You're very impulsive also. Don't make any kind of decisions at this time, which take you to another level where there's no return. So be careful about these energies, impulse, because this is the sign of impulse in the seventh house. So it's the detrimental sign for you, basically for the Lagna. So this can be that you're very emotional and you make certain decisions which are irreversible. So you have to be careful when Moon is transiting through your seventh house on the 27th, 28th. 29th, 30th, 31st, that's your eighth house transit of Moon. Eighth house and Rahu is there as it is. So a lot of confusion, commotion, fear, phobias that you go through. Be a healer. That's the best thing. Get into the occult sciences, get into anything, to learn something which is not the conventional studies that you're doing. If you will learn, you will be actually channelizing your energy when Moon is in the eighth house. Learn something new, some new language, something different you want to initiate, you should be doing when Moon is in the eighth house. Be a healer. Why I say be a healer? Because there is a lot of jealousy, comparison, and inferiority complex when Moon is in the eighth house. You think about things that why people are flourishing, but I'm not. So that is something which happens when the Moon is transiting the eighth house. So the best would be just forget everything, forget the whole surroundings, do what you can, and do things which are going to be helping you, which are going to be positive for you. Okay, and things are definitely going to be positive for you. In case you have any kind of doubts that you're going through, so you will get them clarified also when Moon is in your eighth house. Also, Rahu gives you a lot of confusion also, when Moon is in the eighth house. So don't worry, things are going to get a little better with time, with the passage of time. In case you feel that things are not, happening the way you wish to, then this, Moon will give you that clarity also, but through emotions. Sorry, I think the screen stopped sharing. All right. So coming to the next sign, that is, let me share. Okay, coming to the next sign, that is Scorpio. So for Scorpio natives, this Moon is going to be, one second. So for Scorpio natives, Moon is going to be in your, okay, Moon is going to be in your fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh houses for Scorpio. So for Scorpio natives, this is a very good time in case you have to make any decisions regarding your change of place, you have to travel, you have to shift out from the current place. So do that. It's a very positive one, selling of property, buying of property, but not a good time to get into litigation. Do not trouble the time. Trouble troubles you. So just stay away from the trouble. But yes, you're very emotional. You want to change your furniture. You want to do the renovation. All that is very positive, and Moon is in the fourth house, forming a connectivity with your people, your family, getting into your childhood. Be a childlike, getting into your childhood days, thinking about your whatever has happened in the past. You're going to be thinking about all those things when Moon is in the fourth house, emotionally charged up. Fourth house zone is the mother, nurturing. So you're going to be very nurturing kinds. It's with Jupiter, expansive Jupiter. So you're going to be having a lot of energy towards, your family a lot. You'll be focusing more on the on that zone even more. You'll be concentrating on your family and listening to their problems, understanding their problems, cure to your mother. You're going to be for getting that cure for your mother also. Very good time. Also, Moon is going to be in your fifth house this week, and that's the time when you will have right opposite this fifth house, Venus and Mercury. Definitely a very positive week for investments, for career, for job change, also for your creative energies, innovation. In case you have to make any kind of decision in your love relationship, initiation of love and relationship, romance. So this is a very good week. Coming across somebody is also quite likely. Also, Moon will be in your sixth house. Plan your week. Plan what exactly you want to do ahead of time, so that you're very meticulously planning everything, and everything is going to be falling in place also. See, your Lagnesh is in the 10th house, Digbali, with Sun, Digbali. So you have a lot of energy. I would request you utilize this. I have already made the video on Sun, Mars, Mercury, right opposite Jupiter, which is very, very positive transit for you. And this is going to fetch you a lot of growth prospects. At the place of work, you'll be recognized, you'll be meeting influential people. With Mercury transiting your 11th house, that communication is going to come across now, which you've been looking for. also, you have to stop comparing yourself with others. What is happening, when you're doing that, you're actually pulling yourself down from that growth, that benchmark that you have set. So I would say that you should not compare. You should be a healer. You should heal yourself, focus on your growth, focus on your health, focus on your fitness, eat the right kind of food, diet, any kind of plans that you have to do it during this time. Don't make decisions in impulse, because this is an impulsive sign of Aries. You think from your impulse that you're thinking too much. When moon is there, what happens there, moon and Mars combination comes into being, when it's the Aries sign here. So what happens, your emotions and impulse, your emotions and aggression both are forming a connectivity. So you will make decisions which will actually backfire. So you have to be very careful when moon is in your Aries sign on the 27th, 28th. Very good time when moon was in Pisces, 25th, 26th. Ketu, Saturn, both are looking. So there is a lot of meticulous planning that you'll be doing, towards attaining the nirvana, I would say spiritual growth also. It's a very beautiful week for that reason. 25th, 26th are very good dates. Lastly, moon will be from 29, 30th, 31st. Moon is going to be in your 7th house with Rahu. Also, this transit, in the 7th house brings about connectivity with your partner. You're thinking too much about your relationships. You're relationship oriented, focused on business growth. All those energies are pretty predominant when moon is in the 7th house. Those energies about intimacy with your partner in a very different manner, very unusual kind of a physical relationship you can have with Rahu energy. Or maybe your partner is losing interest in you and there is like doubt that you are having. So that you have to figure out, that you have to come out of. Maybe, you're doubting in a very, you're being suspicious in a very wrong manner. So all those energies you have to work through during this week. And maybe, you are having a lot of confusion in making decisions regarding your relationship, whether you should be in a relationship, you should walk out of the relationship. So all those energies are also pretty predominant. Yes, you can get into litigation in case you have to separate from your partner, divorce or something you have to file. So you can be doing that when moon is in the 7th house of yours. All right. But you have a lot of positive energy, I would say, because of Mars in your 10th house, your Lagnesh after all. So make the best use of this transit of Mars in the 10th. It is definitely going to be very good for your, workplace, growth, investments, finance, influential people you're going to be coming across. So definitely a positive one. Moon is going to be coming to Sagittarius. For Sagittarius natives, moon is going to be transiting your, your 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th houses lastly. So this is going to be bringing about communication. Communication is the key. Keeping yourself, your whatever you're thinking to yourself is not going to help. You have to communicate. You have to pursue your hobbies. You have to be more imaginative, more creative. You have to be more convincing. In case you are into marketing, you have to be more, I would say that conviction is required. Okay. But definitely your mindset is towards finishing off the tasks, those emails that you have to send, all those energies are pretty hyped up during this time. Because Jupiter is expansive and 3rd house is communication. So you're focused mainly on your communication when moon is going to be in your 3rd house. There is a lot of energy, and I feel that there is positive energy here. In case you have to get connected with your neighbors, your siblings, that is also quite possible. And moon is going to be in the 4th house. This is actually the zone, where a moon is going to be excuse me, moon is going to be a nurturing moon. You're going to be very emotional kinds. Saturn and Ketu are aspecting your 4th house. So they can be, you are going to be shifting out from the place you are. You're going to be thinking of moving. You're thinking about decorating your place, or maybe you're going to be involving in some cleaning part, or you're very, very emotional, feeling too, too much about your childhood, your self-image, your family, all those, your ancestors. Maybe, when moon is in the 4th house, you're focused on your pitras, as we say pitris, or you can say your ancestors also. So you should donate during this time when moon is in the fourth house on the 25th, 26th. This is the time you can get in touch with your parents. If they are away from you, you should be more on the, motivate yourself also and others. Be more nurturing when moon is in the fourth house. You're going to be more connected with the children when moon is in the Aries sign on the 27th, 28th. So you are going to be more on the emotions, emotional bent of mind. You want to be appreciated. You're going to be appreciated by others. You're going to be more creative. The children are going to be more creative. You're going to be breaking the routines. You're going to be following some new regimes. You're going to be mentioning about your growth prospects, because it's after all the Mars sign. So Mars is in the trikona, in the dharma trikona as it is. So this is definitely going to be giving you that positive energy, positive growth prospects, because Mars and Sun are together in the luck lord is with Mars. So definitely. See, you can see the dharma trikona is getting so very well connected. Your Lagnesh is looking at your fifth lord and your ninth lord. So your luck is by your side. So whatever you will pick and choose, whatever you will do, the luck is by your side. So do things righteous way, do things which are correct and technically correct, which are not on the path where you are losing up on your righteousness. So follow the right path and luck will be by your side. The divine grace is by your side. Do things. This is the time not to just think about things. It's time to get into action. Okay, your action will become your destiny. Not that you don't do anything and you expect keep thinking that everything will happen on its own. That's not going to happen. Rahu is going to be in your sixth house. Moon is going to be transiting your sixth house, and it is going to be the energy where you will be thinking about your too many negative thoughts actually you're going to be getting with Rahu in the sixth house. Why? Because you're thinking that everybody is getting successful, but I'm not. That inferiority complex, that's insecurities that you go through, and there can be that you are being enemy to yourself. So pay attention to things which are going to be positive for you, not the negatives. Pay attention, because that's a Rahu energy. There can be some undiagnosed kind of diseases, because Rahu transiting the sixth house gives those. Get your checkups done thoroughly. Maybe there is something which you really are not able to detect what is going on. So that can be because of Rahu. And mentally that anxiety attack you can get with Moon in the sixth house. I've been giving you good things, so I can forewarn you also with the things which I can see, because Rahu, Ketu, Saturn, Mars, these are four planets which are not going to be giving good results. Good results means it's going to be diminishing the positives also. They do give mixed results, they do give good results also. So here Rahu in the sixth house will actually give you diseases, but it will also help you combat the diseases also. So in case you feel that there is something that you have to do about your health, plan your works, organize your calendars, all that activity you can do when Moon is with Rahu here. Plan your budget, plan your week well. Okay, because here Rahu, it gives confusion. Rahu is a retrograde planet, it's a Chaya Graha, it's a shadowy planet. So will give you all that confusion in relationship, in finances, with co-workers, your health. You're not going to be actually following the fitness regime. You're not going to be, maybe you skip your workouts during this day. Don't do that. Don't give into Rahu energy. So put more effort, extra effort, get onto that treadmill, go for a jog. In case you don't feel like, you have to be very pushy about yourself. Organize, declutter your surroundings, because Rahu is actually giving you that clutter. You're not being organized. 29th, 30th, 31st, be a little extra careful. Mercury is going to be transiting out of your fifth, ninth house and going to be in your 10th house. Again, a very positive one for your work, change of place, some investments, forming some connectivity, communication with the seniors and the influential people. You'll be getting that kind of connection with them. Okay. Coming to Capricorn sign. For Capricorn natives, this transit of Moon is happening over your second, third, and fourth, and lastly the fifth house this week. So this is going to be giving you a lot of connectivity with your family. You're thinking about food, finance, and you're going to be actually planning your budget, and this is going to be giving you some inclination towards having sweets. Okay, so be careful, because you are going to be gaining weight because of Jupiter transiting through your first house when it comes back to into motion to Capricorn sign. So be prepared for that. Follow that fitness regime, be more meticulous about your diet, and be more focused on your family, also family values. Basically, don't lose out on that as well. Moon will be transiting through your third house, communication with siblings, neighbors, those emails that are lying pending, you're going to be doing all that. Some education, you have to get into learning something new, some new skills. Very good. Short journeys on cards. You are thinking of travels from a long time, because Ketu and Saturn are aspecting Pisces sign. So it's for one and all, where your Pisces sign is itself under affliction. So because of Saturn and Ketu, so you have to get into, whenever there is affliction, you should actually swim against the tide, where you have to modify yourself. Maybe there is a lot of restriction in communication, you're not able to travel, there's a lot of restriction. So with the foreigners, you're not having that kind of connectivity. The PR is stuck, the visa is stuck. All that is because of this energy. So do something very different. Think out of the box. Think of things which you are very unconventional, and don't leave on the hope that you have. That hope and the faith. Things will happen, because Ketu Saturn energy leads to that. When Moon is transiting here, so two malefics really entrapping this Moon not to make decisions correctly. So you have to be very focused, channelize your energies, think twice before making any decision. Okay, things will definitely move. Things will happen only if you have that conviction. Shoot those emails that you have not been able to talk to people. Talk to people in a very a polite manner. You have to be very, very polite, humble. Okay, so things will happen. Venus and Mercury are going to be conjunct. There's an Niche Bhanga in your ninth house. Your luck lord is coming to your ninth house, transiting through your ninth house. So definitely it is going to be very positive. It's going to enhance your luck factor. So the divine grace is with you in your relationship, in your communication with people, in your education, in your travels, in your work, whatever you're doing. You have that divine grace, you have that luck factor attached to it. So I feel that this is definitely going to be a very beautiful week, especially 25th, 26th. You're going to be feeling that those energies even more, that you're feeling. 26th is the day when Mercury is going to be changing signs. So definitely a very positive start of the week. 27, 28, you can be a little aggressive, little emotional, little nurturing, mix of all these when Moon is in your fourth house in the Kendra. See, from Saturn, Moon is going to be in the Kendra. Transiting in the Kendra also gives a lot of, boundaries. You are thinking of bigger things, bigger picture, but you're not able to attain that. You are going to be very impulsive and aggressive, and at the same time, very emotional about making decisions during this time. So you have to strike a balance. Do not lose out on your cool. Do not lose out on what others are saying, because what will happen, you will get impulsive because others are treating you in a way where you are not happy with it. You're not happy with the scenario around you, and you might make wrong decisions because of that. Okay, this person is saying so, I will not do it. That kind of an energy you will have, but that's not right. You have to understand, you have to be more rational to decide or make decisions, rather than just taking decisions in impulse because of getting influenced by others. That inferiority complex or the superiority complex that you have, those complexes you can have. But you be more nurturing. Maybe you will be getting connected with your mother, you'll be taking her advice. Very good for you for that reason. Now lastly, Moon will be in your fifth house. Fifth house is Rahu energy there. So for children, for childbirth, for relationship. So all those things are going to get impacted, or there will be confusion because of this. Children might not be able to make right kind of decisions. Your relationship with children might become very emotional. At the same time, they are not listening to you. There's a lot of confusion and commotion because of Rahu in the 5th house. The creativity is pretty heightened though. You're thinking out of the box. You're attaining all the success that you want. You're getting connected with people. You're very charged up. But at the same time, what happens, this brings about the blemish, or there is a little bit of problems in your relationships because of this. Okay, so you have to work through that energy. Don't get very confused about people who's doing what. So be more rational, things will fall in place. Not a good time to get into any kind of litigation, loans, diseases. If you have to go in for the treatment, right kind of treatment. Don't delay it. Some skin rashes, if you're having, you should not ignore. It can just go big, and it can cause some problems later. So be careful about all these energies, and you will sail through this phase as well. Very good week for working through other people's money, investments. If you have to do so, you will be able to make good chunk of money also for investments and for financials. This is a very good week because Jupiter is in your 2nd house and Ketu in your 11th house. Ketu cuts, everybody says it detaches us. It's a sudden planet, it gives events which are sudden. But at the same time, you must see how it is interacting, how it is. See, Mars is looking at the zone. Should not forget that. Mars is the ruler of the 11th house from the 8th house. Very good for crypto, finance, stocks, shares. Luck is by your side because 9th house is getting active with Mercury transiting through. Mercury is a friendly planet to Saturn, the ruler of this sign. So Saturn, Venus, Mercury, they all are forming a good connectivity this week. So definitely very good time to make money. Okay, utilize this week for that reason. Coming to the Aquarius sign. For Aquarius natives, Moon is going to be transiting your 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th house lastly. So this is the time you will be focusing more on nurturing others, nurturing yourself, egocentric, because Jupiter is also there in the 1st house. So this gives you a lot of ego clashes also with people, because it makes you egoistic. Or why this person told me I'm not inferior to him. I'm more learned. All those energies are pretty heightened here. Even your friend circle or the community you move around in, you feel that they are not better than what you're doing, how you are. So that brings about that energy where you are very egocentric. So that is a superiority complex. But at the same time, you're very nurturing. You are very helping. In case people understand you, people are with you. If I do a lot of it's because I'm an Indian and I'm doing all these live sessions, and it's not my first language. English is not my first language. And also, I don't plan anything. It's all extempore. So everybody needs those pauses, and they use, also. So even the foreigners I've seen, they are not that fluent also, but that's okay. If somebody is commenting like that, so they are also welcome to do so. They are free. It's a free world. So here Moon is going to be in your 2nd house on the 25th, 26th. So you're going to be concentrating more on your financials. Ketu is looking here. Saturn is looking here. So depletion of finances is also quite likely, with the 2nd house getting impacted negatively by Ketu and Saturn. So they deplete the finances whenever there's a drain of finances. You're not able to decide where to invest, what to do with your financials. You're unable to save also, with Pisces sign getting impacted by these two malefics. When Moon goes there, you're very emotional about your family, about your financials, about your food that you eat. So you should eat right. That's the first thing, because it's all connected. You can have some problems in your teeth. You can have some problems in your face. So you have to be more cautious about these things as well, because we are in the world. So we have to take care of our looks also. We have to take care of our mouth region as well. The speech region, I would say speech also. So be careful as to what you communicate with people, and spend more time with your family values, follow them. Okay, don't leave the righteous path. That's what, happens when moon is there. You will contemplate, oh, I have to do this. Oh, let me make money, quick money. If I'm getting quick bucks, why not? So don't get carried away. Okay. You will get all those options also during this week. So do not get carried away in these. You have to check on your thought process, on your speech. When moon is transiting your third house, 27, 28. So that's the time you can go aggressive, because it's a Martian sign, Martian energy. Mars is as it is with sun looking at your first house. So a lot of energy, a lot of aggression, a lot of heat in your speech, which can harsh words you can use. Be careful with your siblings, especially with your mother. There can be some commotion, communication wise, with your own people, with your brother, sister, family, neighbors. All those can be your classmates, as a matter of fact. So you have to be careful about those energies. But yes, you will be pursuing some hobbies during this time. Do it, enhance your skills, learn something new, read a book, cook some new dish, some new recipe you will find you might be just cooking. All that is quite likely. Lastly, moon will be in your fourth house. Rahu energy is there. So you see, whenever moon and Rahu interact with each other, what happens is communication gap. There is confusion. There can be that, you are going to be selling off your property and there is a, wrong document which is made, or you are going to be doing some kind of, losing out on the right things. I feel that you're going to be taking a wrong path. So, don't get carried away. With Rahu energy here, you can have some kind of misleading people you can meet, and you can be led to some wrong decisions. Some document issue can also happen. Take care. In case you have to sign some documents, be extra careful. You might be just going in for some change of your, decorating your house, redoing your house, renovating your house. All that is also quite likely when moon is in your fourth house. But it's not going to be that every month you're going to be doing that, but something, which is broken, you might be just fixing it. Some leakages are there, some faucets you have to change. All that is quite likely with moon transiting the fourth house. Some breakage in the house is there, and you're going to be calling the people and getting it repaired. Or maybe you'll be, your air conditioner is not working. You're going to be, getting it repaired also, quite likely. With your mother, you can have some confusion. You can convey things which can hurt her. So you have to be very careful. You have to be more wise, rather than being more hurting to others. Okay. Ketu is in your 10th house. As I always say, losing interest at the place of work, focus at the place of work is quite likely. People might not be supportive of you, and you feel quite detached with your work that you're doing, because Ketu is suddenness also. So you might just be given a letter that you have to leave. So be prepared for that. Just be ready with another job in hand, because Ketu in the 10th house, Rahu in the 4th brings about changes. Definitely, the major planets, whenever they are in the Kendras, they bring about changes. Jupiter is in the Kendra also. So some relationships you're getting into, you're going to be getting married, or you're going to be meeting somebody, some potential partner. So that is also quite likely. For relationship, I would say request the partner of yours to be very calm and composed. If that partner is losing cool, you should be very calm. Okay, because Mars and Sun are in your 7th house. The partner is getting aggressive. Mercury is also going to be leaving the zone and is transiting your 8th house. There's a Neecha Bhanga in the 8th house. So this will bring about some relationship issues or some communication gap with people even more. So be careful about that. Okay. Rest, I think the week is good for investments. In case you have to go in for investments, do it before the 26th, I would say, because then Mercury is going to be in the 8th house. It's okay for the stocks and shares though, because the 8th house has to be connected, with the 5th house and the 11th. So here it is connected with, and the Bhagesh is also, your luck lord is in the 8th house, which means that, there is a loss of your luck. So the luck factor is required if you are, investing in the stocks, trading, crypto, Bitcoin, whatever, you are doing. So you have to have that luck factor with you, which is not there because the luck factor is in the 8th house. So it's a loss of luck, right? So do not depend on these things right now. Just lie low, I think, for this month. Okay. Coming to the last sign, that is Pisces. So for Pisces natives, this moon is going to be in your 11th, 12th, 1st, and 12th, 1st, 2nd, and the 3rd houses this week. So 12th house is seclusion, house of seclusion. Maybe you're writing a book, maybe you're reading something, maybe you're into scriptures, learning something new. So maybe for that reason, you're secluding yourself. If you're unwell, you're having some problems in the stomach region, kidneys or liver or something. So you're going to be getting some treatment done with moon in the 12th house with Jupiter. This can bring about some connection with the foreigners also. You're going to be, because it's the 10th lord in the 12th after all, so some foreign connectivity. There is some Lagnesh in the 12th, so maybe you're going to be traveling, overseas connection, some documentation you're going to be doing, PR, visa, all those are going to be very predominant this week. The focus is there. See, your Lagnesh, your Lagna is aspected by Saturn and Ketu. Okay, there are two malefics which are aspecting your first house. So this brings about a lot of, I feel that there is a lot of confusion in your life right now as to what to do. You're on the crossroads. The best is that you should actually focus on the bigger picture. Don't get into the nitty-gritties. What will happen? You will miss out on, what is in store. Something bigger and better is coming your way. So the best is that you should lie low. Rahu Ketu will be changing axis only next year, but that is also the 2-8 axis. So that is also, not, I would not say that it is a very unfavorable kind of a transit, but it's not good for the health. So you should be mentally prepared to work on your health, and as it is, moon is going to be with Jupiter in the 12th house, so that also gives health issues. It's a zone where it's sort of a imprisonment also, hospitalization also. It's also seclusion, isolation, loss of self. So the lord of the Lagnesh is the lord of the first is in the 12th house, means loss of self. So you if channelize your energy towards learning more things, learn more, acquire knowledge, learn new subjects, learn new things, enhance your skills. So that balances out. Okay. So the emotions are pretty much towards why this life, what people are saying, why people are saying so, what are people doing in this world, how they are leading their lives. All those questions, keep coming in when moon is in the 12th house. So you have to be more towards positive, that no, you have to have that faith. Jupiter is there after all. You're a Jupiterian sign after all. So you have to have that positive approach towards life. Write a book. If you are having these kind of thoughts, you should write them down. I feel that if you will not, don't maintain a journal if you don't feel like. I always say maintain a journal, but people are saying that we are not having that kind of a bent of mind, that we are feeling so low that we don't feel like doing all these things. So what the best would be that whatever you're going through, at least mention that, write a book, so that you analyze it towards the end. Okay, I am going through all this. So once you write everything, what happens, it's like sharing everything out, pouring everything out. So things will definitely be helpful and better. You will feel better if you write it all down, or you share it with somebody, because it's a seclusion, it's an isolation zone. So you will not be able to share also things with people, which is causing a lot of worry and problems to you even more, I would say. Moon will be in your first house. As I told you, that you have to focus on the bigger picture. Don't get into, don't think about these nitty-gritties. Moon will be in your second house, food, family, finance. So you focus more on that. Think of growth prospects, how you can make money out of money, how you can eat right kind of food, how you can meet right kind of people in your life, meet right kind of people, so that you are able to make the best use of your existence. You're here to help others. You are a very nurturing sign, so you will be actually devoting more time to enhance your skills and impart those skills, the leadership qualities that you have. So you will be thinking of growing financially also this week. So this is the time, because Mercury is also forming an Nichabanga in your 7th house. Very good time for a relationship, very good time for enhancing your skills, very good time for forming that kind of connectivity with people, business oriented mindset. Initiation of new businesses, quite likely. Financials, 2nd house transit of Moon will be focusing more on financials also. Very good. Lastly, Moon will be on the 29th, 30th, 31st. Moon will be in your 3rd house with Rahu. Communication gap can happen, with Venus's sign here. You have to be very, very focused on to the point conversation. Don't get carried away, don't speak too much. What happens when you are talking too much? Then you tend to make mistakes. You can tend to hurt others also. They can be that you are having some problems in relationship with your brother. Your brother is traveling away from you. He's traveling or she's traveling, going for to foreign lands, overseas journeys on cards, quite likely with Rahu in your 3rd house. Documentation issues, you can have some goof ups here and there. So be careful, read the documents, sign the documents carefully. PR, visa, whatever you have to be very careful. Selling of the property at this time, maybe, you have to recheck the documents. There can be some disputes which can come up. Take care of all those things. You can have health issues, but they will be actually taken care of. Also, some eyesight issues, some bone related, nerve related issues you're having. So they will be also taken care of with Mars and Sun in the 6th house. It's a very good transit. As I've made the video, you can go back and watch. That's a very good transit for you, Sun and Mars in the 6th house. They are not considered to be bad. Jupiter in the 12th house is forming a Viprit Vedha, is forming a Vedha though, but still it is definitely a positive transit for you. Okay. So overall, I feel good for education in case you have to initiate education, good for travels, very good for, if you have that kind of, if you keep a check on your verbal communication, the relationship is also going to be better. Okay, getting into any kind of new relationship is also on cards. In case you have to plan anything, you should be actually doing it during this week. So this is what is the week about. So I think this is it. I just wrap here, and stay blessed, everyone. Om, that's it.